Good morning. Yeah, good morning, Cal Poly. Welcome. Welcome, everyone, to Cal Poly's fall commencement ceremony for the College of Agriculture, Food, and Environmental Sciences. And the College of Science and Mathematics. My name is Keith Humphrey, and it is my privilege as Cal Poly's Vice President for Student Affairs to preside over today's joyous ceremony. At this time, it is my distinct honor to present Dr. Thomas Davies, who will lead Cal Poly's early music ensemble in the singing of our national anthem. ROTC cadets of Cal Poly's Military Science Department, led by Cadet Battalion Commander Catherine Holst, under the direction of Lieutenant Colonel Joshua Gillen, will present the colors. Please rise if you are able and remain standing. And gentlemen, please remove your caps until the color guard has exited the area. Please present the colors. Please be seated. We have so many reasons to be Cal Poly proud today. As a university, we are conferring more than 900 degrees upon deserving scholars. Each of our students has worked very hard, and encouraging them at every step of the way have been our talented and dedicated faculty and staff, as well as the many parents, brothers, sisters, spouses, and other family members, friends, partners, and supporters. Graduates, from wow to now, Thank you. We have all from WOW to now, we have all invested a great deal in your success. Our hope is that the principles of the Mustang Way, pride, responsibility, and character, have created a foundation upon which you will thrive and inspire others. Mustangs, you are expected to enter the world poised to make a difference in your professions and through service to your communities. During your time in San Luis Obispo, you have improved this community, and we are confident about the contributions you will make to improving our world. Already, 4 of our graduates are prepared to serve in the most unselfish way of all and will be commissioned as second lieutenants in the United States Army today. We cannot thank them enough for their willingness to serve our country, and we are indebted to all who have served in our military. At this time, I ask that all active duty servicemen and women and veterans in attendance please stand if you are able to be recognized for your service to our country. Thank you. Following the traditions begun in the great universities of medieval times, we are assembled to welcome these graduates into the company of educated individuals. It is a time when we can share in their pride and look with them towards the future. Joining me on the stage is President Jeffrey D. Armstrong and members of the Platform Party. Special guests and individuals invited to address the graduates will be introduced later in the program. Other members of the Platform Party with us today are Executive Vice Chancellor and General Counsel for the California State University, Fram Verjee, Senior Vice President for Administration and Finance, Cynthia Vizcaino-Villa, Chair of the Academic Senate, Gary Laver, University Legal Counsel, Dawn Theodora, and our Grand Marshals, Andrew Schaffner and Christopher Chip Appel. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce to you your student body president, Jana Colombini. Since assuming her leadership role this summer, Jana has worked diligently on behalf of the Cal Poly student body. She has brought a strong sense of self and a broad level of participation in many different Cal Poly activities to help her understand how to best serve. Jana cares deeply about Cal Poly and always works to do the right thing to help your university move forward in positive ways. Cal Poly is already better because of Jana's leadership, and we look forward to her remarks today and continued leadership in the new year. Please join me in welcoming your student body president, Jana Colombini.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jana Colombini. I'm a 4th-year agricultural science student from the College of Ag. And I'm serving as your ASI student body president. I'd like to thank everyone for being here today. Supporters, parents, family, and friends. You are here because you really care about these soon-to-be graduates. You are here because you have made an impact in these students' lives, and you are extremely important to us. We are very thankful for all of you, but I would now love to turn all of my attention to my peers. Remember to thank your supporters, faculty, and mentors that have had a positive impact on your life and helped you get to this moment, because none of us could have actually done this alone. But also, don't forget the resources you had, like Poly Ratings or Quizlet or the Class of Facebook pages. When you lost your Poly ID or needed survey responses, so you'd post it on those pages. Yeah, I get all those notifications. But on a more serious note, thank yourself. You made it, and you battled through these past 4, 5, maybe even 6 years, and you did it. Now, I may be a little jealous because I still have 2 very long quarters left at Cal Poly, but you have accomplished something that not everyone has the ability to do. You earned a college degree. And you did it at one of the best, most competitive and intense universities in the country. Yeah. Go out into the world and use the skills that you have learned here and be successful. Along the way, don't forget the memories you made here, though. That feeling you felt when you were a Wowie and you were scared out of your mind to start a new chapter of your life. All the hikes you did around SLO and all the basic Instagram pictures that came with that. The late night adventures with your friends, and then going to Slodoka or Taco Bell at strange hours of the night after those adventures with your friends. The random whiffs of the dairy that you would get after coming out of class, or the not so random parking tickets that we all got. Being some of the last to know about VG's and VG's late night, may I say. The moments you realized you met some of your lifelong best friends, the clubs or organizations that you now call your family, and the hours upon hours you spent studying to receive something that maybe you were the first in your family to do. To put your hard work into perspective, if you listened to Dean Bailey and studied 25 to 35 hours a week like we all did, over the course of 4 years, taking 3 quarters a year, you studied anywhere from 3,500 to 5,000 hours over your time here at Cal Poly. If you're a 5th year, add about 900 to 1,000 and keep going if you're a 6th year. Some of us put in far more than 25 to 35 hours, but some of us put far less. But regardless, we still ended up here. Regardless, we've overcome our struggles and challenges and celebrated our successes. You're now a Wowie of the real world. You're going to be scared and you're probably already nervous, but you get to grow from your experiences, and after a few weeks, you'll have it down just like when you came to Cal Poly, or maybe after a couple years, just like when you came to Cal Poly. You needed a few more years to get used to it. This is the end of just the introductory chapter of your life. You have so many more chapters to write, but always remember to keep learning by doing, or learning by failing, one or the other. But regardless, have fun with the next chapter of your life. Congratulations, Mustangs. You earned it.
Thank you so much, Jana. Excellent, excellent remarks. At this time, I would like to introduce the Dean of the College of Science and Mathematics, Dr. Philip Bailey.
Hi there. It's my privilege to introduce Professor Emily Taylor of the Biological Sciences Department to speak on behalf of the faculty. Dr. Taylor got her undergraduate degree at UC Berkeley. By the way, what do you think she majored in at UC Berkeley? I'm going to give you 2 choices. I'm going to say biology or animal science. Okay? How many say animal science? How many say biology? Actually, she majored in English. However, she earned a PhD in biology from Arizona State University as a prestigious National Science Foundation Fellow. Dr. Taylor's research focuses on the physiology of free-ranging reptiles, on which she has 33 peer-reviewed scientific publications, most of them right here at Cal Poly and most with student co-authors. So what do you think a free-ranging reptile is? Well, in Emily's case, it's mostly snakes, primarily rattlesnakes. She loves snakes. I went on a snake hunting expedition several years ago with one of her classes at Montana de Oro. Emily found a gopher snake. Her students found 3 rattlesnakes. I saw a lizard but didn't touch it. Dr. Taylor has been recognized with numerous awards, including the Cal Poly Distinguished Teaching Award, and recently the Meritorious Teaching Award from the Herpetologist League, the Society for the Study of Amphibians and Reptiles, and the American Society of Ichthyologists and Herpetologists. One thing I really respect about Dr. Taylor is she's passionate about students and has compassion for everyone. In this regard, she is the Cal Poly Program Director for the National Institute of Health Bridges to Baccalaureate program, which aims to help underrepresented community college students transition to four-year universities by giving them significant summer research experiences, such as we do here at Cal Poly. It's my proud privilege to introduce Dr. Emily Taylor.
Welcome, graduates. On behalf of your faculty, I'm honored to say a few words to our beloved graduating seniors, along with the family, friends, faculty, and support system that helped groom these students into the amazing young people you are today. It's been a thrilling, amazing, and difficult 4 years, probably 4.5 years. But today you can just celebrate. Like my German Shepherd dog who only sees the good in everything, every crumb on the floor a gourmet feast, every squirrel a neurological epiphany. Today you can just celebrate. Let's peek back at just a little bit of what you've accomplished. First, you got accepted to Cal Poly. Over 50,000 people each year to try to do this, and you're one of the few who did it. Next, you successfully completed your curriculum in the College of Science and Mathematics or the College of Agriculture, Food, and Environmental Sciences. You studied at least 25 to 35 hours per week. That was a lot of work. Think about all that time reading, writing, solving, creating. All that time listening to your classmates, and especially all that time listening to your faculty. But if you think back to your classes at Cal Poly, it wasn't all about listening to the professor, was it? We listened to you. Think about it. When was the first time that you realized that your professors were not your adversaries, but were your allies? Was it the teacher who somehow made you laugh while learning about photosynthesis? Made you see the sublime beauty in differential equations? Made you understand that the perseverance of humankind quite literally rests upon the basic principles of soil cation exchange? Or was it the teacher who noticed one day when something was wrong and asked you 3 words, "How are you?" Your education at Cal Poly was a two-way street. You've learned from your professors, but we've learned from you too. You've listened to us, but not always obediently like my German Shepherd. You challenged us. You made us see the world a little differently. You left your mark on us. Again, not the same sort of mark my German Shepherd likes to make, thank goodness. These kinds of relationships are why we're all here. Your faculty have been onto this secret for a long time. We came to college and we never left. We are constantly surrounded by young people, and the youth is contagious. You've inspired us, and I hope that we've inspired you too. So if I had to choose a single word of advice to give you for the future, that you will remember for eternity, or at least until the graduation party tonight, it's this: listen. Stop talking and listen to the voices of others. Stop taking and listen for the needs of others. Stop being certain and listen to the opinions of others. Stop barking and listen for those squirrels. In closing, while today is of course a day for celebration, it's bittersweet. Your faculty are suffering from a bit of separation anxiety today. You're opening the door to the big world outside, off on your next journey, but we don't get to come with you. After 4 years of us training you, now we stare with our big round puppy dog eyes and listen as you shout, "Sit, stay, good professor, good girl." Like my German Shepherd, we'll stare at the door for a long time after you leave.
Thank you so much, Emily. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce to you your president, Dr. Jeffrey D. Armstrong.
Before I introduce our commencement speaker, I want to recognize an individual. This will be his last December commencement, Dean Phil Bailey. He's announced his retirement at the end of this academic year, so let's give him another big round of applause. Thank you. Thank you. It's an honor today to introduce our commencement speaker. A common theme in commencement speeches is the power of one, the power of each and every graduate, each and every one of you to use your degree to do good, to make a difference in the world. For an example, we have no further to look than Twisije Jackson Kuguri. I was fortunate to work with Jackson for over 7 years at Michigan State University and got to see him and his passion on a one-on-one basis. You have his bio in your program, and I won't repeat all the details, but I will tell you that he's from a small village in Uganda, and he's now an international hero, an international CNN hero. His book started as The Price of Stones, and now it's Building a School for My Village, has sold over 85,000 copies. He's dedicated his life to educating himself in order to help others through his words and his actions. Jackson didn't have to look very far for a need. He looked right at home in his own village. His efforts to help children affected by AIDS have resonated around the globe. Learn by doing, help by doing, change a life, change many lives by doing. On behalf of Cal Poly, please join me in welcoming your commencement speaker, Jackson Kuguri.
Wow. Can we just say thank you to your president? Thank you, President Jeff Armstrong, for the honor and an opportunity to call you Jeff. When a president allows you to call him by his first name, then you know you have closed the formalities to BFF. For a young man growing up in a tiny village in Uganda, in a place where my mother right now sits in a wheelchair, a mother who cannot read and write in English, a mother who's never been to school, and then get an opportunity to come and speak at a wonderful university like Cal Poly, I must say I am a lucky man. The trustees and graduates, ladies and gentlemen, I will take you for a few minutes to a village where I was born and raised. I'll get you to see a glimpse of what education meant for me while we celebrate these wonderful, smiling people in front of me who are taking a giant step from a wonderful school to the world awaiting you. My mother and my father had 5 children. A mother and a father who can't read and write made a decision in early 1960s that they would send 5 children to school. They took a bet on investing in human capital rather than buying more cows and goats and chickens. For agriculture students, you understand what those animals mean to all of us. They sent us to school, they paid school fees and went through life without ever buying themselves any luxury clothes or even build themselves a house. They knew once 5 children graduate from college, we would come back and care for them. But what they didn't know was the scourge of HIV/AIDS was also behind them doing a different plan. For my father and my mother, they knew by faith they could invest. And so I tell you, graduates today, rely on your faith. You have to believe in something you don't see and know that it can happen regardless of the circumstances. As I finished college in Uganda, after walking miles and miles barefoot to school, 7.5 miles to be precise, I got accepted in university in Uganda and studied social sciences. Later, I got a college graduate opportunity to go to Columbia University, where I studied international human rights law. I chose to study international human rights law because injustice in my village was unbearable for me as a young kid. To watch girls who can't go to school because they have no sanitary products, to watch women beaten at night and wake up in the morning to cook for the husbands that beat them, to watch my friends who could not afford a pencil and got chased out of school, it was heartbreaking. I didn't know what to do, but as I finished college degree at Columbia University, my brother, the one my father had sold so many goats sent to school, died of HIV/AIDS. The following year, my sister died also of HIV/AIDS. I'm sitting in New York City, Columbia University, looking at opportunities that could be opened for me, thinking I'm going to marry a wife and buy a red car and live in Switzerland working for United Nations. But I had to pack my bags and go back to the village that made me the man I am. A village where I was born, and build a small school so other children can go to school. Ladies and gentlemen, that school now has turned into 3 schools, and 950 students go to school for free. But as a young man, I also knew that I could not do this by myself, so I relied on grandmothers, women, cornerstones of our society. I had my own grandmother who gave up her life for 6 months after I had an injury falling out of a tree. A grandmother who walked 3.5 miles every night for 6 months, coming to hospital so she can pray for me and read for me in the book of Psalms every single night. When I left the hospital, ladies and gentlemen, I found out that my grandmother actually did not know how to read. My grandfather would read for her all day long, and she would come back and sit on the side of the hospital and recite it for me so I can live. So I went back to the village and gathered grandmothers and told them they can help us raise children. These 7,000 grandmothers are raising 43,000 orphaned children. In difficult circumstances where they don't have drinking water, where they don't have food, where they don't have college degrees, they are able to give them love. Your parents, your guardians, have given up so much over the years to educate you. All I know they ask you is to look back one day and give something to somebody else. You don't have to give money. You already have given so much. The military students have given so much to our country. Your research has given so much outbreak in World Food Program in refugee camps around the world. I encourage you to never stop, because making a difference just takes you, the graduate student who is making it. Stay determined. Don't look back and regret the parties you went to at college. Don't look back at the day you got drunk and nobody could woke you up. Look at the positive and think and look forward and make a difference in the world. I want to really conclude my remarks by telling you that if my mother and my father had not made an investment in my life, I would not be standing right here. If my mother and my father, who can't read and write, and the world calls them illiterates because they can't read and write, I call them geniuses. And I will tell you why. I'll tell you why I call my mother and my father geniuses. They knew that if you showed up at school and don't have a pencil, a teacher will send you home to get you a pencil. Dad and Mom decided to sell one chicken every time and buy one pencil. And as a kid, I remember they would line us in front of a small house, and Dad would break that pencil 5 times. One for Jackson, one for Christine, one for Faida, one for Mbabazi, and the oldest boy always got one with a razor. Ladies and gentlemen, when you think you can't make a difference as you go around the world, I want you to remember 1/5 of a pencil. As I speak at Karupore University on December 17, 2016, a child in my village will drop out of school because they can't afford 1/5 of a pencil. If you can afford one, you've already changed the world. Go out, change the world. You've been prepared. Karupore has empowered you. You have no excuse. If I could do it, you can do it. God bless you.
Thank you, Jackson, for sharing your beautiful story and for inspiring all of us to live better lives. I am confident you have set our graduates forth on a fantastic path to change the world. At this time, the Cal Poly Early Music Ensemble will perform Irish Blessing, arranged by Graham Langager.
Up to meet you. May the wind be always at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face, and the rain fall soft upon your fields, until we meet again, my friend, until we meet again. May God hold you in the palm of his hand. May the road rise up to meet you. May the wind be always at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face, and the rain fall soft upon your feet.
It is now time to confer degrees earned by our candidates for graduation. Yeah. To preside over the conferral of degrees, please welcome Executive Vice President for Academic Affairs and Provost, Kathleen Enns Finken.
Thank you, Keith. Good morning, everyone. Welcome and congratulations to our graduates. Among the candidates for degrees are those graduating with honors. These graduates are noted in the commencement program and will be recognized individually when they cross the stage. Master's degree candidates graduating, they have met the highest level of achievement, are designated as graduating with academic excellence. Bachelor's degree candidates graduating with GPAs of 3.5 or higher are designated as cum laude, magna cum laude, and summa cum laude. President Armstrong, we will begin the presentation of candidates, and I am pleased to introduce Dr. Richard Savage, Interim Dean of Graduate Education, who will present the master's degree candidates.
Faculty representing the master's degree programs, please stand to be recognized and remain standing. Master's degree candidates, please stand and remain standing. President Armstrong, on behalf of our graduate program's faculty, I am honored to present these candidates.
Master's degree candidates, on the recommendation of the faculty of California Polytechnic State University and by the authority vested in me by the trustees of the California State University, I now confer upon each of you the master's degree appropriate to your program with all attendant rights, responsibilities, and distinctions. Congratulations.
Faculty, you may be seated. Master's degree candidates, please follow Marshall Kelly Hall to the right of the stage. As your name is read, proceed across the platform where you'll receive the master's hood appropriate to your degree.
Yerim Cesario. Katie O'Grady. Evelyn Puspitasari. Lauren Elizabeth Moss. Jennifer Rossiter. Jeremiah Matthew Perotti. Craig Davidson. John Lindgren.
Congratulations, master's degrees candidates. You may be seated. Big line.
Congratulations, graduates. President Armstrong, I call forward Dean Andy Thulin, Dean of the College of Agriculture, Food, and Environmental Sciences.
Good morning. First of all, I'd like to ask our graduates today and our faculty to join me in thanking Dean Phil Bailey, good friend and longtime dean of Cal Poly's College of Science and Math, and especially the faculty from that college who have helped our students throughout the last 4, 5, or 6 years. Let's give them a nice round of applause. Faculty representatives from the College of Agriculture, Food, and Environmental Sciences, please stand and be recognized and remain standing. Bachelor degree candidates from the College of Agriculture, Food, and Environmental Sciences, please stand and remain standing. President Armstrong, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Agriculture, Food, and Environmental Sciences, I am very honored to present these candidates.
Bachelor's degree candidates, on the recommendation of the faculty of the College of Agriculture, Food, and Environmental Sciences, and by the authority vested in me by the trustees of the California State University, I now confer upon each of you the bachelor's degree appropriate to your program with all attendant rights, responsibilities, and distinctions. Congratulations.
Faculty, you may be seated. And graduates of the College of Agriculture, Food, and Environmental Sciences, please follow Marshal Richard Cavaletto and Assistant Marshal Nanine Vandranen to the right of the stage. As your name is read, proceed across the platform to be recognized.
Margarito Lua. David Yoakum. Lauren Barkley. Camille Freeman. Ashley Higginbotham. Nicole Jane Jorgensen. Sierra Mieko Temple. Brandon Mitchell Baxter. Haley Brown. Carlos Valencia. Divine Godinez. Jack John Conrad Brown. Greg Moxley. Oren Shaulian. Kelsey McClure. John Hall Ackerman. Chelsea Glasnow. Emily Angel. Shelby Comstock. Molly Fell. Gaspare Aliotti. Tess Millar. Hannah Meisinger. Holly Brookins. Rebecca Heredia. Chelsea Bottomley. Jennifer Janek. Emily Renee Montoya. Jessica Copeland. Henno Bernal. Chelsea Schroeder. Bryce Cunningham. Carl Wagner. Maximilian Blanton. Connor Seaman. Alexander John Zakanowski. Jake Chiquetto. Jacob Davis. Matthew Abiri. Riley Nicole Birdsall. Jacob Murphy. Rachel Cameron Lindquist. Caitlin Miracle. Alexandra Ongman. Maria Kisiova. Kelly Green. Alyssa Cheyenne Figueroa. Cheyenne Sky. Madison Denise White. Megan Poirier. Michelle Burns. Savannah Yeager and friend. Nikki Maravilla. Jesse Y. Holden Smith. Burkett Smith. Sean Barrett. Nicoletta Rusnek. Christopher Callahan. Devin Marshall Lillis. Joseph Henry Gotelli. Brian Berry. Thomas Nyland. Brooke Stewart. Madeline Diaz. Camille Stieber. Ryan Stujanovich. Madeline Esquivel. Maisie Jameson. Jordan Eid Remo. Paul Cardinelli. Brent Alec Meyer Houston. Zachary Faria. Matthew Maggio Ryan. McKenna Ann Jager. Natalie Marie Massa. Margaret Megumi Fabish. Julianne Nicole Bell. Rachel Alexandria Martinez. Monica Castillo. Shane Thulin. Spencer Davis. Paul Maudsley. Rachel Lee Covey. Roman Purewall. Rebecca Scanlon. Morgan Brahms. Corinne Madison. Jace Tarbell. Vincent Nguyen. Mallory Suarez. Zoe Poisa. Chloe Plum. Mary Jo Wright. Kellen McMickle. Arvind Sani. Kelly Smith. Andres Silva. Jonathan Potteroff. Adam Lonis. Christopher Lusich. Jack O'Connor. Derek Tosky. Josh Gonzalez. Trenton Crouch. Stephen Tynan. Catherine Conroy. Lindsay Wolf. Lily Ann Ruelas. Connor Griffith. Erica Dolberg. Samantha Rosenblum. Sierra Frost. Kyle Costamagna. Caitlin Lorenz. Charles Cook. Elise Krieghoff. Cassandra Facey. John Anthony Chronopoulos. Marissa Irene Varney. Brianna Nicole Peace. Susanna Yu. Lacey Waters. Amanda Hinojosa. Delaney May Shaw Womack. Kira Minot.
Okay? He had to get his picture taken. Oh. Okay. This time I would ask that the parents, the family members, the relatives, and friends, I invite you to join me in congratulating, along with our faculty, the College of Agriculture, Food, and Environmental Sciences. Let's congratulate these graduates. Thank you so much, and congratulations to the graduates of the best College of Agriculture, Food, and Environmental Sciences in the country. Please be seated. Thank you.
Congratulations, graduates. President Armstrong, I call forward Dean Phil Bailey, Dean of the College of Science and Mathematics.
Good morning again. Before I get to science and math, all of you in the College of Agriculture, Food, and Environmental Sciences, you took a lot of courses in the College of Science and Mathematics. It was our privilege to be part of your education. Congratulations on behalf of all of us. Could I ask my faculty colleagues in the College of Science and Mathematics to please stand and remain standing? And now, are you ready? It's your time. Candidates for graduation in the College of Science and Mathematics, please stand and remain standing. President Armstrong, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Science and Mathematics, we are honored to present these candidates for graduation.
Thank you, Dean Bailey. Bachelor's candidates, on the recommendation of the faculty of the College of Science and Mathematics, and by the authority vested in me by the trustees of the California State University, I now confer upon each of you the bachelor's degree appropriate to your program, with all attendant rights, responsibilities, and distinctions. Congratulations.
So, the bachelor's degree candidates in the College of Science and Math, what you're supposed to do now is follow these two marshals over around this way. Did you all watch what the College of Agriculture did? Sort of do the same thing, okay?
That's right. Learn by doing, right?
Lindsay Lenhoff. Sukurti Danse. Ruben Duran. Mikkel Foster. Kaylee Nunez. Cody Wakasa. Marcus Yee. Lacey Callanan. Derek Leitz. Chris Sherburne. Natalie Luong. Dylan Brentley. Ian Frederick. Georgia Fern Castro. Caitlin Marie Forster. Jacob Leon. Bradley Lubitch. Cisco Bass. Lily Gavorkian. Parisa Mokhtori. Corinne Giberson. Ian Seeker. Michael Caldwell. Catherine Whitelock. Ana Maria Nunez Castron. Lindsay Martinez. Caitlin Colliday. Celeste McCormick. Derek S. Hahn. Letitia Esparza. Vivian Beck. Ben Parsons. Blaine Raymond Quackenbush. Devin Harvey. Joseph Stahovich. Brett Avedizian. Jeffrey Katsu Allison. Alan Peterson. Emily Begy. Ricky Lang. Caitlin Parkinson. Catherine Flanagan. Joseph Alexander Martinez. Mary Crowley. Kyle Nesson. Janine Sengstack. Ashley Aquino. Tyler Robbins. Camille DeLeon. Jose Ibarra. Jerica Jeanette Hernandez. Rachel Roberts. Victoria Okumura. Jonathan Villarreal. Mandy Gill. Magdalena Arachiga. Justin Anthony Carpenter. Ashley Elaine Tovar. Amanda Renee Fentress. Allie Erin Reed. Sarah Josie. Emily Sarah Hawk. Yvette Castaneda. Rachel Humphrey. Megan Gardner. Nicole Kessler. Hannah Schleiss. Elise Elaine Fizzy. Jason Durkheising. Garrett O'Neill. Jessica Budke. Brandy Bergreen.
I don't carry the script with me. I think it says for me to tell you you can sit down, but you're already seated. So what I'd like to do is ask all the master's students to stand up again, everyone in agriculture stand up again, and especially College of Science and Math, and let's all give them a big round of applause. Everybody up, everybody up. I'm not sorry. Okay. That ought to do it. Congratulations. Please be seated.
All right, that was fun. That was a lot of fun. Many of the proud supporters in the audience today have a familiar and exceptional sense of pride at this moment. Today marks an extraordinary day for the families of Cal Poly graduates who have chosen to continue their Mustang legacy. Many of you in the audience are Cal Poly Proud alumni, and you may remember with vivid clarity the sense of pride and excitement you felt when you graduated from Cal Poly. At this time, I would like to welcome anyone in the audience, the proud families, supporters, friends, parents, partners, spouses who are Cal Poly Proud alumni. Please stand and be recognized. Welcome home. Welcome home. You are always part of our Mustang family, and we are glad you are here. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce to you Ellen Cahoon, Assistant Vice President for Alumni Outreach, who will welcome our graduates into the community of Cal Poly alumni. Ellen Cahoon.
Thank you, Dr. Humphrey, and welcome, graduates, to the family of 180,000 Cal Poly Proud alumni. Congratulations. As I stand here today, a fellow graduate myself, I can see that you are, in fact, Cal Poly Proud. Now that you're alumni, you are forever connected to the thousands of other Mustangs who share the Learn by Doing experience. And the Alumni Association will support you throughout your lives. We will help you network, succeed in your careers, and meet new friends. So wherever you go, find your local alumni chapter. They will help you celebrate your lifelong connection to Cal Poly. And now I'm honored to present to you a gift from the Alumni Association, symbolizing your membership in the Mustang family for life. It will serve to remind you why we are all Cal Poly Proud. Graduates, at this time, please remove the pin from your Cal Poly Proud bags and join me in a special part of today's ceremony. I would like to invite ASI President Jana Colombini back to the podium. Class of 2016, it is my distinct pleasure to lead you in our traditional Cal Poly Proud pinning ceremony. Please assist in pinning your fellow graduates seated beside you. Please stand, pin your neighbor, and as you embark on your next journey, remember that as alumni, you will always represent Cal Poly, and this will always be your home. Congratulations. Welcome to the alumni family.
I love it. It's a little bit of learn by doing going on right here. Well, graduates, again, congratulations. We're nearing the end, but there's some important things that we need to do. But first of all, graduates, I want to say to you, you did it. So do you remember that first day on campus? The person you had met in social media, all of a sudden now you've met your roommate, when you became best friends, as Keith said, from wow to now. Do you remember, seriously, remember the people that are now your best friends and will be for the rest of your life? These Cal Poly connections will be maintained. Think about the first time that you met them. And I know you're going to thank those individuals and cherish that. So when you arrived on this campus, I'm sure you didn't imagine this day. And you didn't get here alone, and I want to come back to that, but many of you had longer or tougher or different stories to get here than others. You heard from Jackson. What an amazing story of what one person can do, and he is a great example to you graduates of what you can do and what many of you are already doing in the world. Let's give Jackson Kaguri one more round of applause. There is an individual here today out of all the many stories that I do want to recognize. I first met our graduate today, Haley Brown, in 2013, 2012. And she had to delay her entrance into Cal Poly as Haley was on a volunteer trip to Mexico as a high school student, and she was in a plane crash. And when I first met Haley and her mother, she could not walk. She had to have assisted mobility, and she was very fortunate to live through that accident. But Haley has persevered, and she's graduating today. Haley, please stand up, and we'll give you a round of applause. There are many, many other stories in this class, and each of you have your own story. But I know what is very much in common with all of you: you didn't make it alone. First, we want to recognize our outstanding faculty and staff who make up Cal Poly. They've worked hard to teach you, to feed you, to support you, and inspire you. They have dedicated their professional lives to your success. Will our faculty and staff in attendance please stand if you can or wave? Would you all join me in recognizing these outstanding individuals? Faculty and staff, please stand. Thank you. You may be seated. And as we have alluded to earlier, there are people here today that are your strongest supporters. The people have given you their boundless love, encouragement, and yes, financial support as you move out into the world, and they stress move out into the world. Your graduation today is their achievement as well. So will all the parents, grandparents, siblings, spouses, partners, and other family members and friends, would you stand or wave? And graduates, give it up for them. Let's go. So graduates, in a functional way, today is an end. You went to class, you passed the exams and earned the credits, right? Okay, few fingers crossed. And now you're gonna literally load up your suitcases and you're gonna get in the car or plane and you're gonna fly away from Cal Poly. But of course, you're gonna come home often. But we all know that today is really just the beginning. Think about the adventures and successes that await you in your life. I want you to know that from Cal Poly perspective, we have high expectations of you. You have high expectations of yourself. And I know that can induce a bit of anxiety. We're also counting on you to care about something bigger than yourselves. We know we're asking a lot, but we know because we ask so much, we also know because you have had the support and because you've completed at Cal Poly that you are ready. You're ready. As you know from your years here, things don't always go as you plan. In the future, things are not always going to go your way, and life surely won't always be fair. You will undoubtedly make some mistakes, and you'll encounter some injustices that just seem too big to address. But as you move forward in that continued learn by doing mode, and you do make a mistake, that's not failure. It's called experience. It's called learn by doing. And graduates, as a Mustang, you know how to learn by experience. You're ready, and we're proud of you. Now, one more thing before the alma mater and the processional. I'd like all the graduates to stand. This is a very important symbolic aspect of graduation. I want you to move your tassel from the right side to the left. This signifies that you are graduates and members of the Cal Poly family. Family members, friends, and guests, on behalf of Cal Poly, I present to you the class of 2016. Congratulations!
As we conclude our joyous celebration, it is time to sing the alma mater. After singing the alma mater, President Armstrong and his party will lead the recessional. Graduates, please follow the marshals out in the same order that you entered, and we ask that the guests please remain seated until the graduates have exited. We hope that you will join all graduates and guests at the reception in the University Union Plaza. Now please locate your alma mater on page 6 of your program. Show your Cal Poly pride, and please rise for the singing of All Hail Green and Gold.
All hail, green and gold, may your praises e'er be told, of friendship and of courage and stalwart sons of old. All hail, green and gold, in your name we shall prevail. So to California Polytechnic